going on. I'm going by myself. So sad. So sad. Because I was gonna I didn't even know what was going on, but I probably would be going with two of my friends right now, but basically my one friend rage quitted. He left the party because we didn't play the game mode he wanted to play. Me and my other friend wanted to play prop hunt, but he was like, no, we gotta play cards. And we're like, the cards are boring. Then he was like, oh, fine. And then he just straight up left. So, yeah. So then, my friend was like, here, I'm gonna join him, and then I'm gonna invite you. And then I was like, blah, 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 and he joined him, but he never invited him. He did invite me, but my other friend was like, oh no, I don't wanna play with him. Oh, you. So he, put the party on private, so that's why I'm going by myself. Ooh, cancel. Whoa. I can also play, you can't do emotes in Party Royale. Party Royale, so. Oh no, I can also play piano. Whoa, oh my god. Because when you click on Party Royale, it shows that we the people. I don't know, this might just be pointless. Not even music here. It's just so depressing. There's no sound here at all. Wait, hold up. There's legit no sound. This is depressing. Can he go all the way over there? Am I at the wrong place? I think I am. Now there's sound. Okay. Okay. And this guy's also like, I gotta go. Oh, what the heck are these for? Oh, I can hear talking. How close am I? I'm pretty close. Oh, sweet. Can I even live stream this? Or is this like...
And they will put you with groups of people that feel like you, that are ready to go about this. They want to do it.
We're stronger together. People have been saying it, but that has so much more meaning now that we are in a movement, not just this movement. One beat. It has been an education, always a pleasure. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Keep fighting.
Keep up the good fight.
We the people. We the people. Yeah.
Yeah, la la.
So our next guest, I have to admit, I'm a fan, but there are so many different people that we could talk to, and I thought it was so imperative that we speak with her. You know her as Molly on the huge, successful show Insecure, HBO's Insecure. She also has a comedy special highlighting her original quotes.
Oh dear, I did not mean to do that. Oh dear, that was bad.
You have such a beautiful way of making things funny.
It's the actress?
Medicine is right? The humor and the healing. You bring all of
Okay, I want to know listening. Is this an actress?
And right now, as you look across this country and how everyone is so broken and so upset,
We
it's
the
not social
people.
justice, it's the pandemic, it's depression, it's unemployment, the list goes on and on.
Oh damn, this game is cool for Fortnite.
You know, I
You don't
am,
really see,
I'm
like,
rediscovering
it's only been music
in a way that is hard,
in
but necessary. That
Holy
will lead to
Wow
ultimate
events.
joy.
I
I
think
know it sounds like
in
a
most
lot,
events
but
or evil
no, I think
like crossovers with
I
movies,
personally
but
really
I
think
can
that
use
God put all of
stores
us in
event
a
like
global timeout.
music
I think,
events
you
or
know, America
the
hasn't done as good as other people
season
when it comes to
event.
timeouts,
But
so
this is a
everyone at
cool
us is out
event.
playing at recess. You know, we're still in the principal's office hoping and wishing we can come out. But I think that if we settle into the timeout and really learn the lesson that we're supposed to learn from the season, I think we'll emerge better. We'll learn how to play well with others in more ways than one. And so personally for me, I'm taking this time to learn me in a new way. I feel like I'm being ushered into a new season and I'm getting still because sometimes the busy confounds the work that we're supposed to actually be doing. You know, we're busy doing other stuff, but we got work that we need to do on the inside. And I'm like, I'm leaning into it. I'm like, dang,
I don't know where to go
I thought I
because
was
it
gonna be able
sounds
to
too
rest like
quiet
everybody else.
over
And
there.
God's like, nah, we got work to do.
Since I'm going to turn my mic up. Okay.
Global timeout. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, it's like everyone sit down, be humble, to quote the great prophet Kendrick Lamar. But like, no, seriously, sit down and let's reevaluate some things. Let us unearth and shake up the things that we have been trying to hide within ourselves, within our nation. I think America is going through an unraveling right now, a much needed, a much necessary one, and I think all eyes on us, right? There is no, oh, I was on the subway for an hour, so I didn't miss that thing that happened. No, everybody was home. Everybody, you know, was watching when George Floyd died, and everybody, no
Wait,
one
who
could
died?
hide it. Everyone was watching when Amy Cooper called the cops. Like, this is a time where it's like, oh, we can't pretend.
So I really watch the news, so I don't know any of this.
No. It's a global timeout. Sit down, watch, and let's learn. And globally, it's like, hey,
We the people going on right now, so make sure to check it out.
It ain't usual no more. Like that.
It is 4 and for me, and it would be 7 for Eastern.
We're getting comfortable with the uncomfortable.
The minorities, we've been comfortable with being uncomfortable because that to me explains just the existence for whatever we want to do, how we break into our careers, how we live our lives, how we find ourselves one of the few or one of the first. And that's a lonely road.
How dare you leave?
And when you talk about this global timeout, everybody had to pay attention to Amy. Everyone had to pay attention to
Okay, this is a bad skin.
How is that helping us as a people, as a country, doing our global?
I think, well, one, we're not minorities, Carrie. You already know it. It's like these labels that they put on us. It's like the same way of saying like black on black violence. Also, there's no white on white violence. It's branding.
Yeah,
right. It's all branding.
You're right.
It's like white people kill white people every single day. So no, there is no black on black violence. And if you say black on white violence, well, then let's brand white on white violence. Like I watch Investigation Discovery. Ain't too many of us. So, you know, I just even like, but to answer your question,
Oh, she got the AirPods. She got AirPods in. She got the AirPods.
Right? In that, okay, you had everyone, from Trayvon Martin to Castillo to Sandra Bland, you had all of these lives lost. And black people made some noise. You know, we rioted. we fought out in the streets. We started the Black Lives Matter movement, all of those things. And then and then white people kind of just like, oh, let's give them something, and then it's just like, is it over? It's like Oscar is so black. Okay, okay, good. We gave some Oscars. Are we good now? Like, are we even? And it's now it's just like, oh no 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 no. This is not about
Oh,
like
no, no,
a
no.
penny. It's like, yo, we might have to amputate the leg a little bit, but it's all right. We gonna, by amputating the leg, we gonna save the body. And so I think that's what's happening now. Like
Okay, can
America
I
is
quickly
realizing, like, oh,
switch
black
the
people aren't just
skins?
making
They
a
like
little
the
bit of
skin
noise. Like
thing.
the protests are
Skin
still
is
out.
really bad.
The conversation's
Hey,
still
I'm sorry, but I think there's a skin thing here, and if there's not, I'm just going back. Because I'm not gonna run really full just to switch the skin. Okay, good. Sorry, 1 second. I'm just gonna switch into my boy Raptor. Okay, let's leave. Oh my god, oh my god. One back, one back, one back. I'm switching because like the big pointy thing on the head is just like you can't really see it.
4 years for the man in office.
Okay,
It's
there
not
we
just
go.
local elections. It's about the mayor. It is about the district attorney, the people who have the power to bring charges against innocent police brutality is an issue in your community. If you care about your school district, you can run for the school board. I ask this of you, right? Your parents are from Nigeria. You are Nigerian. You talk about what does voting mean for you?
I think voting is power. I remember, I became denaturalized back in the 90s when, because I was still a minor, my mom naturalized.
People
So we were
going
able to vote
on.
early.
We the
And
people
just
then.
having that power to hear
1
our
second.
decisions and all the access that we have by being
Okay, yeah.
one of
We the
those
people then
active
going on
users,
right
active
now.
power using
7
voting. It's a
Eastern.
big deal. It's a big deal
4.
because
Or 4.
we have the
I'm a
opportunity to
stupid
be
ass.
now a member of
But yeah, if you're in Eastern time,
a group
it's going on right now.
what an actual
7.
but I think
For
that
me, I
it's
don't
not
live in
about
Eastern.
the setup of this. I think we are
Yeah.
done a disservice to
Yeah.
hearing our
So
schools
for
or
it's
whatever it is. And I'm not saying teachers are black. I think teachers do a phenomenal job, but for some reason we do not. And give them all the credit.
yeah, we
I know
people
so many
going on
parents
right
who are
now.
like, I
4,
my
7, 7
child
if
of mine,
it's
I love them
Eastern,
to
4
death.
not Eastern. I don't know.
But working on South Park. And I do think that there is a disservice done because, again, when we talk about this, people are like, hey, we talk about every 4 years. It's important to vote for the president. We don't realize, like, oh, snap. We actually can vote about, like, how much our libraries get. It's like small things like that will make a big difference.
When you think of voter suppression in this country, what does it look like?
It's the system. When we talk about voter suppression, we also talk about systematic racism, right? It's all the systems that set up, and we've normalized. Okay, maybe we're down to people who are half gay, or maybe you'll be able to get this luxury. It shouldn't be a luxury. It should be built into the system. It should be built into the fabric of how we vote. But maybe you'll be able to get this luxury in order to be able to
Hello.
vote. Think about everything
What? No.
disenfranchised, marginalized black person has to endure in our lives. So
I'm
in a day
watching the
when we get
event.
police, if something happens to your car, something happens to your child care, if
Hey.
something happens to there's so many factors along the way that can send you
You
into a
didn't.
tailspin
You put your
as
party
an
on
American.
private.
And then you add on to it.
Okay, so that's
And
my
you already
friend.
have to go through all of these
Asking about that.
groups in your everyday life. Imagine the one day when your voice really is supposed to matter the most in this country, but then you also see all the times that you tried to have your voice matter, and then it's been shut down, repressed, told it doesn't matter, and then you're kind of like, what's the point?
How do we keep hope though? If I right now, I want to I how do we as a people stay hopeful? How do we believe in the promise that these quote unquote forefathers have given us?
Because have you met black people? By default, like hope is infused in our DNA. Like we're like black people. Like if we haven't been broken down through, be it through slavery, through
Give
capitalism,
it to me.
through
Give it to me.
colonization, through segregation, through I mean, the history of black people we were 3/5 people. That was a written law. And look at us now. We are whole. We are Black Girl Magic. We are Black Boy Joy. We are, you know what I'm saying? And what I think about in terms of giving us hope, right? We're making a lot of people nervous right now, Carrie. We're making a lot of people nervous right now because they're like, dang, we put all these obstacles in their way, and these jokers are resilient. But that should give us hope. That should give us hope that, like, we can't stop, won't stop. I mean, I went to the school of Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Hashtag, blah, 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 blah. Harlem shaking it right now. Can't stop, won't stop. And I think that's our motto. We can't stop rolling and we won't stop rolling. We can't stop marching and we won't stop marching. We can't stop thriving and we won't stop thriving.
To that end, because you led me directly there, I've been asking everyone who's appeared on this platform, what does activism look like? And I feel like back
I
in
think
the day,
water
we
is
had
like
an idea.
crown.
Yes, it is marching. Yes, it is protesting. Yes, it is speaking out against things that we feel are not right or unjust. But talk to me about what activism looks like for Yvonne Marching.
Listen, activism, I think the beauty of activism
Okay,
is that
quickly
it
to watch
has many
Hello
faces,
Neighbor.
right? You're going to have
Hello Neighbor. I was doing a
like,
series
you know
on.
what? Martin Luther King marched, but there were a lot of women who were in the homes like, hey, BT Dubs, when they come back, this is how we support all the people who are marching on the front lines. And we're going to be here doing what we know to do best here. And you know what? Somebody needs to bail them out of jail so now we need to be in the community, getting money or whatever it is. So it's like everybody has a position to play. And so play your position like a shortstop, bro. So whoever you are and whatever you do, play your position. So activism could look like, you know what? I'm not the one that's built to be on the front line, but you know what? My pockets go deep, so I will support the people on the front line. You know, I'm a comedian. Black Joy.
Oh, she's a comedian, not an actor. Or maybe she's a comedian actor. I don't know.
I'm not a believer in thinking that it's mandatory, like you said, being an activist and being activated in different ways. Talk to me about the connection. Talk to me about the marginal position.
Beneath the surface of what we do, like Nash says, it's the who, right? The who is the person who's going to be like, hey, let me call this out. Either blind racism, in terms of overt racism, in terms of ways that we can be better, in terms of ways that we can actually be more uplifting to the community that you may not even realize that you're serving.
Before I let you go,
The first live event I watched on Poly Royale that I've enjoyed. This is the first one I've enjoyed.
Yeah,
Also, it'll be on live streaming Diplo event. Too fast.
Right. If you think you're tired now, I'm telling you right now, you cannot take this down. You can't take this joke. I mean, I understand that it may be hard to figure out who to vote for, but at the end of the day, we gotta vote for our families. We gotta vote for our legacy. We gotta vote for continued progress. We have to vote for upward mobility. We have to vote for equality in a way that is long
I
lasting.
can't get over she has
If we succeeded
AirPods.
before, we can do it again. Talk about the whole thing. This is the time. This is not the time to give up. This is not the time to pretend a way that we haven't made progress. We have. There's still much more to be done. And you know what? We might have to get to a point where we pass the baton to our children and our children's children, but we still have work to do now for that generation.
You are everything. You are Molly.
Oh, they both have
I
AirPods.
love you so much as Molly.
What is that guy doing?
You are an amazing podcaster, Jesus and Yvonne. And then we also have movies. Like you have the world. You're a also, wait, don't let me forget your hugely successful stand-up comedy special on HBO. Girl, you're doing it all. And I am so grateful. You're truly the dream, not just the American dream. You're a black girl, brown girl, we all dream the immigrant dream, everything. You're a beautiful, beautiful soul. I really, really mean that. Yvonne Orji, ladies and gentlemen, nothing but the best and excellence personified. Thank you so much.
I love you so much. Mwah.
Yeah.
1 second. Okay.
founding fathers of the civil rights movement, and that's Martin Luther King Jr. But right now, we want to welcome in someone who has used his platform to talk about voting, to talk about racial injustice, and how he's trying to help. And that is very own Russ joins us now. Russ, I'm not going to fan out and tell you what some of my favorite songs were that I listened to repeat on yours. We're going to get to the topic at hand. So we got to talk about, recently you did an interview where you shared your outlook on culture and music, and you also were very candid about the fact that you have a privilege and that it's necessary for you to give back. Tell everybody about that.
As like it's very obvious, I'm white and I'm in black culture and I'm benefiting financially off of it. So I feel like if you're a white person financially benefiting off of black culture, you have to put finances back into black culture. So it's that simple. The screenshots with your feelings, it just comes off like fake empathy because it comes off very dismissive and very oh, that sucks for y'all. But anyway, back to what I was doing.
Have you felt that way always, or is it now because of the time where we are in this country?
I've always had the feeling. I think now it's just obviously elevated to a new level, and there's new, it's to the point now where you can't. First of all, you can't not say anything. Second of all, though, I just think saying something isn't enough anymore. I think, if you have the ability to put money back into a culture that you're financially benefiting from, have the ability to, you should.
It's interesting that you talk about it in that way because some people do believe that silence is the best way to go because it's hard to talk race, especially if you're white and you're in the black culture. People just feel as if they can't talk about it. They feel awkward. They feel as if they don't have the privilege of voice or words. How do you find yourself right now in terms of interacting with people when they want to talk to you about social injustice, police brutality, what's going on in this country right now?
Well, first of all, picking and choosing whether you want to be silent or not without weight, that's a privilege in and of itself. But no, I mean, I try to just do my best to listen to the black people around me and the educated black people I have in my life. So I do my best to not act like I have all the answers for everything, especially in a culture that I'm not from. But that's why when we decided to raise the money, raised 500,000. We got on the phone with
that's a lot.
some of the women who started Black Lives Matter. I got on the phone with Tamika Mallory. I was on the phone with Karen Civil and talking with my friends to make sure the money went to like the correct places. People who really need it. It's just about listening. That's all. It's about listening.
Let's talk about that for a moment because the way I think of activism, for me, it looks very differently. It's not necessarily just protesting on the front lines. I think that's great. But what about being an activist in the way in which you have decided to be? What inspired you? What did it look like? You said you raised money for Black Lives Matter. What did you do? Walk us through everything that you did and how you find yourself in this moment right now.
So for me, it was 3 years ago. I had like a string of festivals, and I decided that I was going to wear T-shirts with a message on them because I figured, what better time to use a platform than in front of a bunch of people. So one of the T-shirts I wore was, if you want to change the system, speak up, white silence is pro-racism, the whole thing. And it didn't really it kind of got swept under the rug back then. But when all this stuff started happening again, and it's been happening, police brutality against innocent black people, I was like, man, I'm not the biggest artist in the world, and I certainly don't have the most white fans in the world, but I got a good amount of people that I can definitely mobilize and turn into some money, and I know they're down for the cause because it's merch, it's a good thing, and I've always been outspoken, and so how am I going to be in black culture and not be outspoken about racism?
And then I gotta ask you this, because you grew up in Atlanta, so that gives you a heads up depending for so many people, because you're in the crux of that beautiful black city where there are so many beautiful black leaders.
Peely is wearing Peely.
And things that speak to our culture right now. And we are really, really getting our word out, especially with this platform today, and saying that we must use our voice to vote. Talk to me about what the importance of voting for you is.
Yeah, so full transparency, I had never voted ever. And I was one of those people who was like, my vote doesn't matter, and And I don't know. Maybe it's because I was younger. Maybe it's because I really thought that, or I don't know. But I just think that it's got to, now this is a bit of a privilege to say it's got to a breaking point for me, because obviously it's been past the breaking point for a lot of people. But I think that as a whole, the young people need to get out and vote, because we're the ones that never show up. You know what I mean? We never show up to vote, but we're the future. So it's like, look, we got to go out there and vote, and then whatever happens, happens. But at least we did our part. You got to do your part.
Well, very candidly saying that you just decided to vote. And I think there's beautiful irony in the fact that you have your fans saying, because of you, I'm voting.
Right.
And there's something beautiful about that. But I want to know why now. Why you listen to this and what hit your spirit to say, yes, this is
Honestly, because I think that George Floyd really woke up a lot of people who, including myself, who I was vocal and outspoken about racism. I put it in my lyrics. I put it on T-shirts. I would talk about it in interviews. Like, I was vocal about it. But that video in that moment, I think me along with a lot of
You
other
never heard
people
of this
just
guy?
kind of was like, all right, like words are simply not enough anymore. We gotta do something, whether it's raising money, whether it's voting, or all the above. Like, we got to do something, and I'm ashamed that it took that for me to be like, I need to raise money and I need to vote. It's a shame, and I don't know, I guess it snapped a bunch of people out of it. And even if you were vocal and whatnot, it's time to actually put your money where your mouth is. It's time to go vote. It's time to just stop talking about it and be about it. And it's been time for that, but like I said, I'm ashamed that it took me this long to actually really, really be about it. But I'm here now.
So, Russ, we all know that this is going to be your first time voting. Tell me what that
Yeah.
experience is going to be like for you in terms of what
Well,
you're
that's a
excited about.
cool
I think you know what it's gonna do
style.
for
I'm
me.
gonna
It's
lie.
gonna let me know that I'm
Not going to lie.
contributing to something
It's
bigger
a really
than
cool
myself, and I'm
style.
actually putting my money where my mouth is, and I'm being about it. Because for so long, and I know I'm not alone with this, but standing on the outside and just screaming about this and that and this should change, and it's like, all right, but did you vote? you know and so I know it's going to feel good to know that I played a small role. And that's the problem. I think the mentality of like,
He's
my vote
just
doesn't
trying to look
matter
into
needs to
my
be
face.
changed to, my vote, albeit small, does matter. It's a role I'm
Why?
playing, and if
Why
I
would
play my
you
part and you play your part and
go into
he or she
people's
plays their
faces?
part,
There's no point. Like,
then we make a
oh,
difference.
what's in
But
Aquaman's face?
it'll feel. I have a feeling
Ew.
it's gonna feel very, very bigger than me. And I think when you realize that giving uh, actually feels
Okay,
better than
super
receiving,
cool
that's when you
style.
start wanting to do your part and contribute. So, voting is an easy way to give.
Yeah. To whom much is given, much is required. You have given a huge amount. We're so grateful for you, Russ. Philanthropist, artist, community activist, first time voter. We appreciate you for doing
Yes,
this, okay?
thank you. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, la la.
So, cities like Atlanta and Chicago have been at the forefront of the discussions,
That's
especially
a
now in this
very
country
cool
where we're talking
trophy.
about
Actually,
confronting and systemic racism as well as police brutality. And what
keep
we
you
can
back
do in
in a
this
sec.
country, again, we're continuing our conversation, letting you know that your voice is your vote and your vote is your voice. We can change where we are in this country. Currently, I'd like to welcome in Chicago Cubs right fielder Jason Hayward. I appreciate you. I brought in Atlanta and Chicago because I know you grew up in the metropolitan area of Atlanta, more specifically McDonough. Let's be technical, and and you have been very vocal throughout this entire time in terms of what our country's been experiencing. Let's look at the past month and a half, if you will. What has been the hardest thing for you to deal with?
The hardest thing for me to deal with, Carrie, this last month has just been going from the virus shutting everything down to us being called to action. We've had multiple police brutality situations. We've had people protesting, wanting to get the message out. But I really realized that I need to be a part of the positive message and make sure that doesn't get lost in all the chaos going on for people to actually hear from a reasonable, respectable person who cares about everyone involved.
A reasonable, respectable person who cares about everyone involved, which leads us to More Than a Vote. It is a beautiful collective of Black athletes and artists. You are a part of that. Talk to me about why that's important for you right now and this be a part of that collective.
To me personally, it's important to be a part of that because I've somewhat used baseball and my craft as an excuse to not get more involved in voting. But I can't any longer use baseball and work as an excuse not to get educated and not also to show people like at any moment in time, any walk of life, we can make a difference.
So tell me in your words, what does activism look like for you?
In my words, it looks like LeBron James, the biggest athlete right now on the planet, speaking up and breaking the ice for everyone. And I think for the first time, people see and hear from us. So now we have white teammates, we have other people speaking up and realizing, okay, like this is how we go about doing this. And to me, right now, social media, athletes speaking up, entertainers speaking up, like we're trying to do with More Than a Vote.
You said something I thought was so key because covering sports for so long, I know that it's tough for black players specifically in Major League Baseball to talk about how they feel. Adam Jones did it in a very eloquent way early on, but there are very few that are vocal. You said you all were afraid. Why use that word and why were you afraid?
You was afraid because in 2019 there were 68 of us total, and there are 38 teams. There's 25-man roster on each team. There's a 40-man roster, which is on each team as well. And there aren't many of us. So we're outnumbered in that sense, but not always in a negative way when it comes to our teammates and our clubhouses. But to get to this point, you have to move a certain way. You got to be careful what you say. You can't ruffle feathers. You can't come off in any way. Much like other black entertainers, much like yourself, probably having to live through life every day. But to get to the highest level, you got to button up. You got to be seen and not heard. So baseball is, like I said, it was time for us to try and speak up and make a difference and show it's okay to do so because we can't be quiet any longer.
That is a button up, be quiet, be seen but not heard. That is a an expression that a lot of black folks can relate to in whatever aspect of professionalism that they experience, especially if they don't work for themselves. They just feel that. Especially like you said, if you want to get to the higher level. And for so long, I felt it bubbling right underneath the surface that so many of us who were in whatever positions we were, who had platforms, were tired of pretending and looking the other way and spending so much time making others comfortable while we were uncomfortable. Do you feel that this is the type of movement that is sustainable, or is it just for a time?
No, it takes everyone joining in on the conversation, and right now I feel like more than ever there is little things as possible to distract from bigger issues. And we saw on draft day, we saw our president Bill Epstein holding up a sign saying Black Lives Matter and wanting to
Yeah,
include the rest
yeah.
of MLB in that. But now we're having those conversations as well. So I definitely think this is sustainable, and it's not always just going to be the popular thing to do. This is something that people want to get right because they know we care.
Jason, you said you think it's sustainable, that what you're seeing, especially with your colleagues in baseball, that this can be something where you're feeling more comfortable, feeling more safe to share how you feel about social injustice and police brutality. What are you doing right now in this moment with your platform to help change how we look at voting and how to educate the culture and the community about voting?
Well, first, what I'm doing, Carrie, is joining up with More Than a Vote and joining up with other athletes and entertainers to get that message out and use our platform in that sense as a group. And try to create a brand with this to make it something that's not just about the election coming, make sure that it's about people getting educated for years to come and figure out where to vote and how to vote. We've got people in different areas that cover different demographics and influence different areas of people. And as a baseball player, as a black baseball player, I feel like now, like we talked about, is finding the time to show people that you can use your voice in this profession. You don't have to be afraid. And to me, that can help someone, help a kid growing up. He can see me, he can see other guys that were in the video we posted saying, hey, this is what they're standing for. they're speaking up for these things, and it's okay to want to play baseball. It's not lame. It's not something I have to be as afraid of as I was before. So I feel like that's my role in this. I have a younger brother as well. He's 24. He also plays baseball. So I've got to lead by example. I can't just always, come up with a good answer that sounds good on TV when I get asked a question on, what do we need to do to make changes. So I'm joining up here to make sure that I take action and get educated myself. For one, so many people, I feel like in Atlanta, they're on the move. Well, when you want to try to make a vote and try and cast your vote, you have to do it by mail. You have to sign up for the absentee ballot. Then you have to get another ballot in return. They have to send it back to you. Well, for me personally, they didn't send that back until it was too late. Right? We didn't get it in the mail to the address that's an Atlanta address at my parents' house. We didn't get that in the mail until it was too late. And then from other friends and family that are still in Georgia right now, I just hear about them being held in lines too long and trying to get off work. And we know how it is for any family, but let alone a black family in the city or in the suburbs trying to take care of their family and trying to provide for them. You try to get off work, and then you're like, wait a minute. You start looking at the clock. It's like, oh, this is not going to happen today, right? And so I saw, Mayor Keisha Bottoms, reach out via social media to people and say, hey, I'm going to address these issues right now. I need y'all to stay in line to cast your votes. Keep hanging in there. So to me in Georgia, that's what that looks like.
Well, it's interesting that you even bring that up because there have been all these images specifically from Georgia, because that's such a battleground, where you see people, especially when it came to the primaries, doing whatever it takes. And this is real life voter suppression that you're talking about. It's been happening for decades. It's not fake. What you're saying, these examples of sending you your ballot too late after the fact or shutting down the polls at 6 o'clock while people still are in line, that's a real life issue. There needs to be some type of change. And I think that what we're doing right now is fair. But the idea of voter suppression, do you think that that is well known, especially with folks, within the generation, your generation?
I think it's known in our community, right? I don't think it's spoke on enough. I don't think there's been enough light drawn to it. Bring it to light. Let people hear about it. Let people learn about what that looks like. And get more people to say, okay, look, like this is going to happen. We have to expect this, and we can no longer make the excuse. We can't say they didn't warn us.
Jason, everybody knows, or it feels as if everyone knows that the time is now. America's paying attention to us. We have their eyes, we have their ears. If you look toward the future, what are you most excited about in terms of seeing a change?
I'm excited about how fast the word is traveling. The word is being spread right now. The biggest athletes, the biggest icons, biggest entertainers are doing their part, but I'm also seeing people out there on the streets doing their part. When so many things got lost, could have very easily got in the commotion when it came to protests, and you saw rioting, you saw looting. People still stood their ground. People still went out there and said, look, we're doing this for the right reasons. We're going to come together. We're going to use drones. We're going to use social medias. I feel like this is a new wave of getting things done the right way and just spreading the message.
You're right about that. And you're right. People are spreading the word unapologetically. We out here. We doubling down. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Right.
Yeah, la la.
Hey, everybody. I am so excited to welcome a friend, a brother, family member, if you will, former colleague, NBA great, sports analyst, philanthropist. This time is
Okay.
something that is so important. That is voting. Everybody, welcome Jalen Rose to We the People. Talk to me about how important it is for the people who know you and love you and look up to you. Why is this so important that you use your platform to talk about voting?
Initially, we have to get past the stigma of systemic racism that comes with the presidential race, governors,
Okay.
mayors,
I don't know who
senators,
said
judges.
that, but okay.
We've been
You can say that.
to believe that our vote does not matter.
You can say
usually
that.
when we looked up at
I
all
won't
of those
stop
races
you.
and people that were
Oh, you
running,
know, you could do the
not only
opposite
did they
and
not
subscribe
look
you
like
off.
us,
But whatever you
we didn't
want to do,
believe they were
unsubscribe,
there
leave
to
a like,
represent our
leave
best
this like.
interests. So therefore, as a collective,
Okay,
we
yep.
didn't mobilize until
Who
Barack
is
Obama.
this?
And we felt a sense of our
Okay.
happened in our lifetime. And I
Who the
remember
heck
being in
is
the
this?
inauguration in 2008.
Say who this
I made
is.
sure I was
Leave a
there.
comment, like.
And
Just
voted
kidding.
in 2016.
Okay, is this you,
We didn't
Daniel?
vote yet.
Just kidding.
We didn't vote.
Just kidding.
And so many people
God.
try to make this political.
Just
This is
kidding.
not political.
Oh my
Me telling
goodness,
somebody to vote
shush.
is like telling
Yeah,
somebody to
watch
pay
our
taxes.
event.
So
But-
that's one, getting over the stigma of nobody who's going to represent our best interest. And then number two, the reality is that the person that gets the most votes doesn't
But-
necessarily win the presidency. That's uncomfortable right there. Because that's actually what took
Whoever
place
this
in
is, can you
2016.
stop?
The
I
Electoral
unsubscribe.
College showed
Do what you want. I don't know, I
put
can't.
all of their pictures up.
I don't think I do, okay, I don't have to go to if you could
More
subscribe.
like each other than they look like you and I. How about that? And then the third thing, especially in urban environments, oh man, they create.
I really can.
It's like you gotta jump over. the
This guy
fence,
trying to get
you
me
gotta
to like
run past
rage
the
quit.
dog,
I know
you
it
gotta jump over
has to be one of my friends.
lines is 5 hours long. You get up to the polling, they don't work. Elderly people working in the city, while they got the young people who understand technology working in the suburbs. Like these are things that try to discourage
Eat my
us from
shorts.
voting. And then finally,
Okay, and then
you don't have a
Tina
day off to
Simpson
vote. You need to
reference.
work.
Eat my shorts.
So we don't get a day off. It's gonna be a full day. And
Eat my shorts.
I'm gonna mail in vote. And you know what you want people to realize that counts too. So your vote will be counted if you're able to mail it in. So those are a few things that I hope that we can do and mobilize. And shout to LeBron and his team. Shout to you and everybody involved.
Whoever this is, leave a comment saying,
Let's talk
like,
about more than a
text
vote.
right now
There
who this is.
athletes,
If it's you, Daniel,
coming
text
together and
right
saying,
now.
I'm banning you for being bad player.
When you just talked about
Okay,
that'll
yeah,
work,
this
so I
is
can't go
definitely
vote. And then when we do
Daniel.
get in the booth, just in case
How
we don't
you
have
can't even
we
ban me
need
for
to
being a
vote.
bad
Not only do we
player.
have to vote, we gotta be educated. And it's not always even about the man who's in office.
Oh,
or the
I like
woman
this
who's in
skin.
office
I
for
like this
president.
skin.
It's about your local elections. It's about
So
the people
colors,
who are
color.
your DAs, your state DAs.
It has
like the people
colors.
who actually make change in your
Bob,
community,
oh my
who
God.
will change police brutality, who will make sure that your community is taken care of.
Bob.
Police about that. They can
You
help
suck.
women stopping police brutality. So talk to me
Yes,
about why you decided to be part of
okay.
more than a voter, what it actually means.
What?
Well, it means a lot to be involved with
Hi.
such an impressive collective.
Hi.
As you mentioned.
How are you?
And
Hope
I
you're doing
said
good.
this multiple times. I know
Do I
it's
really hope you're doing good
when I
though?
say it, but a lot of times we have to get to the root of the issue before we find the solution.
Googie-jai.
And the quote was, I wish America
Wait, what did you even say?
loved black
Good.
people as much as it
You
loves black
said
culture.
what?
And this collective, by the way, represents in a lot of ways
Banning now.
Banning now. Okay, I mean like.
also sometimes disappointed about our world of black people living
My friend's also live streaming right now, so I can't think it's
there.
him.
If we use those vehicles to
This
get
guy
paid
right here.
and move
He's in
to the
Poli
suburbs
Wow. It has to be my
idols
friend.
of white people. And we have this collective, I would say sports and entertainment represent the most powerful group of black men in the United States. I'm talking about money, power, celebrity, the ability to mobilize, community involvement, their leadership, their intellect. And so to have all of us looking in the same direction at the same time.
I can dance like Michael Jackson.
That we're
I can dance like Michael.
gonna be a
It's my friend. That has to be a reference to I swear this is my friend. I can't email. Okay.
Everybody that they can let their voice be heard. And,
Okay, I'm sorry I have to go over here, but it
Jalen,
has
what
to.
is voter suppression?
It has to be a
a perfect example took place recently.
to Drake. So it's like I dance like Michael Jackson. Can't even email. Okay.
You know what the people did? They
But yeah, it's
continued
like
to
I
bang
dance
on
like
the door.
Michael Jackson.
Continue to bang on the
And
window.
he just
They
texts,
continued to
I
let
dance
it
like
be
Michael
known
Jackson.
they were not going to leave the premises until they got a chance to vote. And you know what ended up happening? They opened those doors and allowed those people to go. So
Yeah.
do not be discouraged. These barriers show you that it matters. And we're here to help you break through. The same thing with our platforms and voices here. Because you know what's going to happen. At some point, Breonna Taylor is not going to be trending anymore.
Please delete
People are
Fortnite,
not
you
going to
so
be
bot.
protesting anymore.
I mean,
But it's
like,
still up to us to keep making sure that our voices get heard. This is one way
you
to
sure
do
you're
so.
not about? I mean, like,
Right, and that is
I
for
mean,
being
like,
activated, being an activist. It doesn't have to be protesting. It
I
doesn't
mean,
have to
like,
look like what you think
I
traditionally
don't know.
activism looks like. It's voting. It's that
Looks
simple.
like you're kind of
You
calling me
now
up.
have
Are
to
you calling me a
understand,
bot?
like,
Because you're
this is
already a
a critical
bot.
mass
Who knows?
for this movement to continue to hold up as much
I'm good with
steam for
deleting
as long
Fortnite
as
though. I can
possible.
just re-download it.
And that's what this collection is going to help.
And I have
Hopefully
other
allow
games.
that situation to happen.
Or Black
Jalen, in
games.
today's age of technology, it should be easier
I
to
just don't
vote.
play them.
No doubt. It's like we call these devices smartphones, but yet I can't vote for them. All of the things that we do in our lives are in our phone. All of these barriers are things that people will need to overcome in order to create a level of enthusiasm to vote. And again,
I'm going to
this
hack your
is
account.
not political. It's your
Wait,
right
what?
to do so. And there's so many times
You
we
all?
feel like somebody
You're not.
may have
You're
gotten
not.
things unjustly.
Please do not. If you're not Daniel,
Pay
please
attention
do
to who the
not.
judges are.
Please do
Who's
not.
running for
I
Senate,
swear. I
mayor,
swear like it. I
governor.
swear it is, my
Pay
friend.
attention who's running for president.
Because
and let's make sure
only he
in
would
2020 we
constantly.
make a difference.
Why is more than a vote so important and invaluable in our community right now?
Well, because right now, I think we have an opportunity to let our voices be heard
Okay.
louder than ever.
45
Of white kids
comments.
holding Black Lives Matter signs. That means there's a breakthrough. Now,
Who's
what
going here?
happens with that breakthrough is the next step. You're going to look down in your email, Carrie.
Okay, he does not want me to.
Telling you how they're going to
I'm a hacker from America.
how they're looking
You're a
themselves in
hacker
the
from
mirror,
America.
things are gonna change. Just like in sports, right?
You're a hacker from America, hey?
Further you get up, it's like altitude or a ladder.
I'm trying to enjoy the event. I'm trying to live stream it. So whoever this is,
It's not broken, it was built this way.
please
One of our ways
get off this live stream. Stop commenting, because it's very annoying.
is so very important.
I have so many accounts from kids.
Participates and gives themselves an
I have so many accounts from
I think it's
kids.
interesting because
Sounding
you talk
weird.
about Black men being very powerful in the U.S. and their athletes and entertainers because it's all one of those who can know the avenues traditionally to create wealth. The NBA season comes back. What are your feelings on the season coming back in the midst of everything that is happening?
I think you'll see players challenge the establishment more. You're going to see them saying, okay, if you have all of these marketing and promotional deals, how many of them are with minorities? How many people are you employing in NBA? What about certain teams? Who do you have as a minority owner? Or what about the candidates that you have for positions of power? NBA players have proven as black, and they are now the shakers in the game. They're now the dog, not the tail. If they decide not to play,
I know your email.
social changes,
You do?
conversations have taken place in sports that weren't during the game.
You
Ali
do know my
Castro
email.
was the game. The Ali Summit was a president. So they could mobilize
48 comments.
challenge the league. Black Lives Matter on the jersey.
What happened to you hacking my account, hey? You said you were hacking it, but now you're not.
They're also seeing the movement happen.
Jalen, I appreciate you because you are always entertaining and informative about us. I really
Hacking now.
looking forward to the NBA season. Thank you for working with more than a vote because your voice, your platform, all of
Okay.
it is needed, my friend. Be safe, okay?
Just
Man, I
kidding.
love and appreciate you all the way off.
Thank you.
You're just kidding, hey?
Every conversation that we had today, Adam, was helpful. I am so grateful to everyone who came on with me to talk about what's going on in our culture and how we want to change. Huge shout out to Jalen Rose, Bundy, Jason Hayward, Yvonne Orgy, and Russ. Their words were inspiring, but also
Hacking other it's streaming he has a better quote.
with all the information that we've been able to place in front of you. Again, you need to check out these resources because they are so important because that is your voice. It is important. We, the people, want you to vote. So go to morethanavote.org, fairfight.com, and weallvote.org. Again, thank you so much for joining us and paying attention.
You hold it. Go
I'm
now.
Carrie Champion for
We, the people.
Naruto.
We, the people. That was a good event. Not gonna lie. Even though it wasn't that cool. I mean, like, as in, oh my god. Like, not as in explosions and stuff. It wasn't like action packed. That was a good event. Not gonna lie. So this is where you go for when there's movies going on. This is where you go for when there's music events. Okay. That was We the People, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pretty sure it's going on every single
Anime
hour.
for life.
Today, Anime for life. This is my friend. He loves anime. You can. Okay. Yeah. So We the People. I'm pretty sure it's going on for every single hour. Every single hour it goes on. I think it's like a 1 hour event. I do not know. I don't know how long this event was. I think either today, right now, or tomorrow, it's every single hour it goes on. So if you didn't see it right now, you still have next time or tomorrow. So, yeah. Remember to go check out this event. It was very cool, in my opinion.
Hotmail.com.
What? What? That would mean... No, that would... Okay, whoever this is, if it's you, Daniel. This is you, Daniel. I swear. Whoever this is, get off right now. Get off of my live stream right now. And if you don't, I will find you.
They sue bad delete YouTube.
If you don't, get off right now. I will find you. And I will kill you. I do not have anything valuable. But what I do have is some set of skills, a very much set of skills that will destroy someone like you.
Worst streamer.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I came to see you once again.
I will hack when you have better skins.
When I have better skins, I mean, like, I think my skins are decent. I don't have. Well, I have like quite a lot of skins. You know, I'll show you what skins I have. I have Deadpool, Cyclo, Internal Night, Fade, Aquaman, Chicken Boy, Season 9, whatever her name is, Season 9, Raptor, Midas, Maya, Big Chungus, Peely, Babros, Brutus, Season 9, Homeless Jonesy, Jules, all the styles. This girl, none of the styles will have.
Okay, I'll hack it then.
I have him, then these. These, you can't get these anymore. No, why would I show you my skins?
Stop stream or I'll leak your address.
Okay then. I'm like, if you say so. Daniel, I know it's you. I'm literally looking at my comments. It says Haniel61. Oh my god, Daniel. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, Daniel, I know it's you. I know it's you, my dude. I knew it was you the whole time. I knew it was you the entire time.
That's so funny. Like, stop stream or I'll leak your address.
I literally had it on stop doing that just for the fun of it. I was actually going to stop live streaming, and then I look at the comments and I see it's you. I'm like, oh my god, I knew it the whole time. You ain't fooling me, son. You ain't fooling me. I did it. Daniel?
Yeah?
Hi. I knew it was you, man. I knew it was you.
That's so funny.
I literally was... you commented 50 times. Huh?
You're on to me.
Well, I knew from the beginning. Once you said I'm
No,
gonna
you didn't.
hack your account and stuff, I knew it was you.
How?
It's obvious. No one would do that. I literally was getting a glass of water, and then I come back to just see what's going on, to see if the PS4 is going to turn off. And then literally, I just see, oh, someone's watching, 13 comments, oh, cool. And then it's like, oh, I will hack your account. And I was like, wait, what? Well, I knew it was you the whole time. Like, once you started to say, I'm gonna hack your account and stuff, I was like, bull, quiet up. and I was showing off my skins, and you're like, oh, no, okay, I just start hacking right now. And you were saying like, oh, I'm hacking, but then you didn't, and you're like hacking right now. I know your tricks, boy. I know your tricks. I think the movie's going, oh, what there it is. We the People, I don't know if it's a movie or not, documentary, is going on in 45 seconds. Dun 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 dun. Okay. I don't know. I'm tired. I know. Oh yeah. We the people. Check out the new item shop. Ooh, Raptor is back. Why does he have like a slow thing though? Make sure to go cop him. The device. That was a great event, last season's event. It was confusing, but it was great. Hopefully this season can stand up to it and remember. Yeah. If you haven't seen my video where I talk about how I think the Kraken will be, let's cop that. Will be this season's, oh, what's it called, live event monster. Remember, 2 users have put a creator code if you want to cop this, because they get 5% of everything. Yeah. Yeah, you see, the purchase helps support Laser, because I use code Laser. You can use anyone's. You can use code Laserbeam, or just Laser, code Fresh. And if you're going to copy anything, make sure to use a simple creator code. There's really no point why you shouldn't. Like, it helps them out. So yeah. And yeah. Yeah, so we'll use code. You can use code typical gamer. Yeah, code typical gamer. No spaces, all one word. I don't know. You can do whatever you want. But yeah, if you're going to copy something, just use this about creator code. This is some sick music. I think we have to walk Cyclo. More hints that Midas is coming back. Like with the gold mushroom, there was the gold cores, and now they're releasing this. I don't know. Midas still alive, maybe this event will be Jules trying to remake. Oh my god. It's golden cheese. Is that a new style? If that is, more hints as Midas coming back. Oh my god. I mean, like, yeah. This is a sick skin. It was in recently. Damn, this, yeah, so, like, subscribe, do it, bye.